Hey, Dennis, I would like you to please just do a short introduction of this video for the people that'll be watching it, and we're just going to kind of roll from there. You can tell your story.
Sounds fantastic. I'm grateful for you coming down here to film this. I'm very much looking forward to getting some of this stuff on film so that I can get it on my YouTube channel so people can see exactly what the situation is that I'm contending with the city of Aurora, the vagrancy issue, how they all came together to make a very bad situation just turn sour because of some, I don't know exactly what caused it, but I'm gonna find out. So
yeah, so take us back to the evening of November. Was it the 18th?
It was Monday the 17th.
Monday the 17th of November.
Early in the afternoon.
Okay. And just briefly, what happened that brought you to this intersection here in Aurora?
I got the perfect answer for that. On that day, I got a buddy in this neighborhood right here who texted me. He's a 30-year law enforcement vet. He part-time as a cop, part-time as adjacent support, but 30 years law enforcement. He texts me and he says, "Hey Dennis, this is Steven's dad," and he goes ahead and requests, because he knows that I'm the guy to call if there's a vagrant that looks like they're threatening your criminal activity in your neighborhood. I'm the guy to call. He had already called police, he had already called the city, and they weren't doing anything. I think it was a week or 10 days. They just let it go.
And you have a history of working with local government, working with local neighborhood officials in a positive, legal way to diffuse these situations and to bring light to these vagrant camps and these vagrant characters in the neighborhood.
A deep, rich, successful relationship with the city. There's no more tents. People living in tents in parks and stuff around schools or anything around here anymore, because I made that happen. And if anybody wants to say I didn't make that happen, they can come talk to me. The partnership between me, city council, the mayor, the city manager, all those people, the city attorney, getting together, formulating the strategy, putting it into codification, understanding the situation, and remedying it. And we got that done after the Grants Pass Supreme Court decision, I think it was 2024. When that Supreme Court decision hit, we took action, and we got it codified.
Okay, well, great work. And I am going to just kind of pan around this intersection because this is a nice place. This is Aurora, Colorado. Beautiful place to live. As you can see, right over here are not one, but two schools. We have single-family homes, nice communities all around. And over here to our east is the Waterford Court apartment buildings. Just a nice community, nice place to live.
This place is teeming with children. Every day, Monday through Friday, and on the weekends, they play up here in these schoolyards. You got an elementary school, ages 4 through 12, right over there. Then they come over here to the middle school until they're about 15, and sorry, I think I know this guy. Alex, how are you?
Saw you from across the street. How are you, brother?
Right here.
Which one?
Yeah, right.
Battlefield.
I took
Which
care
one?
of it. I took care of it. I got arrested for it. I've been meaning to come and talk to you.
Arrested for it?
But I don't know.
Oh, I left that piece of shit.
Yeah.
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 No, I part-time coach kids across at Columbia.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm at Ballerina Barton.
Very nice, dude.
It's like I know
Very
that
nice.
person. How you doing?
Doing really good.
All right, brother. I'll
We're
see
gonna
you.
make
Yeah.
this film.
You do that.
And, so
Alex, Mike.
Nice to meet you,
Oh,
brother.
I'm sorry.
Nice
I'm
to meet you.
sorry.
That's all right.
Got in a rush. But yeah, I'm getting arrested again today for the second time.
Wow.
Because they just can't let it go. It's their error. We're here to kind of show what happened, and we're gonna put it on my YouTube channel and kind of hopefully clear it up.
Yeah, get some views on it.
Yep.
All right then. Well, best of luck to you.
Thanks, Alex. All right. At any rate, this place is teeming with children just about every day of the week. Elementary school, middle school, apartments, they just shuffle right down the street, and they had to go right by this vagrant encampment that was just down the street here, and that's a vagrant encampment. I call it the vagrant in question because it led to a lot of events that day that made the situation turn sour. So, what can I tell you next?
Let's just walk. You mentioned that right down this street, and this is Dartmouth Avenue.
East Dartmouth, yep.
East Dartmouth Avenue. That this would be where, at the end of the day, kids from both of those schools would be walking home.
They'll be walking right where we're walking right now. They were doing it. What time is it? They were doing it 2 hours ago. They're walking right down this sidewalk. Just innocent kids trying to get home from school, back to their house, back to their neighborhood, back to their across the street there. And it came to my attention because of the law enforcement member who lives in this neighborhood texted me, had a long conversation, told me he wasn't able to get anything done with the city, and he knows that I take care of those situations. So I texted him back, we had a conversation. I said, I'm gonna come out here and do what I call a data grab, where I get photograph, just like the city told me that I should do.
You're gonna document the situation, the vagrant, the encampment.
Correct.
The situation, how they're parked, and you'll tell us a little bit more about running a power cord into one of these units as well. So not just setting up camp on the side of the street,
right,
but also stealing power.
Yep. And this process that I'm describing is a refined process under the instruction and at the direction of the city of Aurora. Everything I was doing, we got together and we put this process in place. So this is not some sort of confrontational, high drama. This is just a data grab. Document with photos, get a screenshot of the location, and then make a call to Access Aurora. And often I would subsequently send an email to my city council rep in the event that nothing was getting done. And then Aurora City Council, they got some pretty good folks on there, and they take care of it. So can I show you where this encampment was?
Yes.
All right. So this building right here, let me see if I can pull up a photo of that encampment. So when I got here,
upon arrival, this is the photo that you took. The very first thing you saw.
That's the first thing I do when I approach the encampment. I get my first photo for the city to give them the visual representation of what I'm coming across.
Okay, and this is a pop-up trailer that's been makeshift into, a roadside home that was sitting right in this area.
Unplated, unregistered, untagged. Right. A completely illegal situation for an RV. The next thing I do in my data grab is I get a screenshot on the map so that the city will be able to tell exactly where I am. And when I send my email, I always say the blue dot on the screenshot represents the exact location of the encampment. So that's the next thing I do.
And not to reiterate too much, but this is a process that you've worked with city officials to perfect, to help rid your neighborhood of vagrants and crime and drugs and whatever else might come with these situations.
It's a stellar process. It's been implemented throughout the entire city of Aurora. Anybody can use this process if there's a vagrant encampment in their neighborhood. The law now says, because of the good people on our city council, the law now says you go through this process, that vagrant cannot be in your neighborhood in that situation anymore on public property.
Okay, so what happens when you get here?
When I get here, I wander up to grab my photo. I notice that the vagrant in question, or what I assumed was the vagrant, was on the other side of the trailer. So before going across to see if I could get a license plate photograph, I stood here. So I faced north, grabbed my screenshot of the map, and then I go around the trailer, which is right here, to attempt to get a photograph of the front or the rear where the license plate would be. At this point, I'm confronted by the vagrant. He begins to ask me questions, talk to me, that's not useful to me. So I have no inclination to begin a conversation with him. I'm there to do a data grab.
Nor do you have any obligation to
right.
have a conversation with him.
Not interesting. It's not an interesting conversation.
Right.
Not that he's not a valuable person. It's just that that's not why I'm here. So as I get here, the vagrant begins to get a little upset that I'm in the area of what he calls his property. And so by the time I get around to about this location, pardon my French, but the vagrant indicates to me that because based on my actions, he's about to fuck me up. I'm gonna fuck you up.
He's verbally threatening you at this point.
Absolutely physically threatening me at this point. So my inclination, because I've got my data grab, I've got my photo, I've got my map, I don't really need anything else. I step out and I start to walk across the street to that spot right over there. I am at that point, in order to ensure that I'm not going to be physically harassed, physically assaulted by the vagrant as he's threatened to do, I depart from the situation to get space between me and him, because I don't need that. I don't need to get punched. I don't need the guy's got the neck tattoos with the AK-47s,
indicating gang activity, possibly prison time, jail time, any number of things.
It definitely
I'm not
doesn't.
anti-tattoo,
Right.
but there are some indications as to the lifestyle that certain people lead.
Right.
And when somebody with AK-47s tattooed on their neck tells you they're going to fuck you up,
I take their word for it.
Take their word for it. That's right. So you're now walking across the street.
So I get out to here on the other side of the trailer. And in the pop-up trailer, you've got a solid door down here and an open space screen right here, which was broken out. The female companion living in the pop-up at that point begins to also threaten me physically using the same verbiage. I'm about to come out there and fuck you up. And at that point, I'm heading across the street to go stand over there. And because this is a residential neighborhood with a whole lot of kids, the last thing we need is a vagrant coming around here and threatening people physically. So I walk across the street as she is rustling with something, which I assume was to look for some sort of weapon to fuck me up.
Or at the very least to intimidate you that she might be doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I prepare to defend myself by keeping my hand down here next to my waistband, where my concealed carry weapon is. I de-escalate the threats of physical violence by letting the vagrant know explicitly that he will not threaten people in this neighborhood without consequences. There's going to be consequences if you threaten people in this neighborhood. And as I'm doing that, I've created space. I can check and make sure that I'm safe from any physical aggression, and we can bring the police into it using not just the Access Aurora method, but by, I call it a non-emergency police number, to see if we can get police to come out here and take care of this in a more expeditious manner. While I'm doing that, he's telling me that he's going to call the police also.
These guys know the system. They know how to use it to their advantage.
Yep.
You bet.
I've seen it 100 times. They've seen it 1,000. Yep. So I let him know, call the police. By all means, do it. And while he's on the phone with police, I make sure that I see that everything is sort of settled down. I've de-escalated. I'm no longer in an imminent threat of violence. And so I remove myself from the area and continue to go to the phone call where I'm on the non-emergency phone line to get police on site.
And shortly thereafter, police do arrive.
Shortly thereafter, I'm at my house. Police arrive at my house and arrest me. Or after maybe 2 hours.
I was going to say they took some time to, I think look for a reason to arrest you. That's my speculation, my take on what I've been told.
And that's exactly why I'm going to get all of the body cams, all of the reports, all of the audio communication going between them, because I want to know why they did this. I want to know what was going through their head that they would be so irrational to arrest a person for keeping a clean neighborhood and doing everything the way the city and I laid it out.
So they interviewed you essentially at your home for some time, and eventually, you say it may have even been a couple of hours, but they eventually decided to go ahead and arrest you. What were the charges that night?
So the guy, at first he said, I don't even know any of these officers' names, but I got a couple of pictures, and when I get the records, I'll have their names. But the immediate charge that he said he was going to charge me with was disorderly conduct. I was not disorderly. I did everything by the book, 100% legal. So, in the process of attempting to charge me with disorderly conduct, he said, "Oh, by the way, I'm going to need your gun." He said, "You've got no cause for my gun, and we'll see that when we get to the body cam video." He asked me for my gun. I told him, "You don't have any cause. You got no probable cause." And he said, "Well, you can tell me no all you want, but I'm going to get a warrant. I'm going to go get your gun, and then I'm going to charge you with felony menacing." And it's probably an intimidation tactic.
Of course.
Most people would probably bend and break at that point, but I know that I'm doing the right thing. So I tell them, "I'm not giving you my gun. This is America. Behave like it."
Did they get your gun that night, or did they actually secure the warrant to come back and get it later?
They got a warrant, came back later that night.
That night, okay.
And they after kidnapping me, which is what it is when arrest with no probable cause is a kidnapping, which is a crime. And subsequent to that, they robbed my house, stole my gun, and they remain in possession of it. Today's the 10th of February. They are still in possession of a stolen firearm.
So a little bit more on that night. They do go ahead and put you in handcuffs in front of your house, in your neighborhood, take you to jail, and you obviously have to go through the humiliation, the whole process of being booked into the jail, fingerprints, all that good stuff.
Fingerprints, anal examination. They want to check out my package. They want to take my clothes. They want to put me in a lit environment all night long. They do all the things that occur when you're arrested. They swab my mouth. It's designed to be a humiliating process.
Yeah.
It's why they
dehumanize you.
Yeah, it's why they say sometimes that the process is the punishment. And right now, my assumption is that right now these police officers, because I know what is the right thing to do, they want to make sure that they just love having the boot on your neck and their thumb on you. So they put you through the process, even if they can't get a conviction because there's no cause. They still want to put you through the process because that's the punishment.
Sure, you're going up against the authority that they perceive or that they have over you.
That they perceive they have.
And they don't like that very much.
They do not like that.
Some more than others. But so the next morning you go in front of a judge, and the judge dismisses the case at that time.
He does. The felony menacing was the charge.
Oh, they actually did charge you with felony menacing.
He charged me with felony
which was
menacing.
Absolutely the wrong charge. There should have been no charge, but that is a...
The judge found that there was no cause. Just exactly what I told the officer when he was standing in front of me, right into his camera. I said, "You don't have cause."
I'm not a lawyer, but I believe that you have to actually point a gun and threaten to shoot somebody for felony menacing. I believe
for
so.
felony menacing, I don't know exactly.
You have to give them a credible threat that you're going to kill them.
A credible threat that their life is in danger.
Yeah.
And the judge's words, while I was in my shackles, in my orange jumpsuit, was that just didn't happen. There's nothing to support that. And of course that's true. It didn't happen.
Right.
But an extra indication that it was not anything like that is that the warrant that I have to seize a firearm from my house indicates that they'll be looking for any handgun concealable in the waistband of a pair of pants with either a chrome or bluish finish.
What color is your gun?
My gun is neither chrome nor bluish. So the warrant right there indicates that whoever gave the description of that firearm never saw my firearm. The inventory sheet left subsequent to the execution of the search warrant. They took my gun, the gun that I had, my only concealed carry that I use. Clearly, it's black. Right here on my inventory list, you can't really read it on this, it's a terrible copy. But my daily carry is black, not bluish and not chrome. Who gives the description either chrome or blue? That
Somebody who looks up maybe what it's a gun supposed to look like, or just uses a generic descriptor for a gun when they don't know what the gun looks like.
A person who has never seen my gun but claims I threatened them with it.
So what's going on tonight?
Tonight, I got a call from an Aurora PD agent to let me know that they have decided to go for a second time to arrest me, to get me into court for this situation. The charge that they're going to arrest me for now is disorderly conduct. What he wanted to give me the first time until I wouldn't give him my gun. He doesn't have cause for that charge either. I have a First Amendment right to de-escalate verbally. I have a Second Amendment right to defend myself physically. There's no law that can supersede the First and Second Amendment and remain in effect in Aurora.
So again, I'm not a lawyer, but this disorderly conduct statute that they're citing, it has a few different options. Anything from just being sort of rude and obnoxious in public to the one that I think they're going to try to pin on you, which is brandishing a weapon so that in a manner that conveys that you want to do threatening acts or threatening violence to somebody, and that they perceive that that's what you're trying to do.
Correct. And the problem with that statute and that claim is that, once again, if the guy had even seen my gun, he wouldn't have described it as chrome because it's a black gun.
Yeah.
Second issue that they have is the credibility of the theoretical victim, the vagrant in question. That the vagrant in question either had committed, had been charged with committing, was in the process of committing, or subsequently committed at least 7 criminal acts.
Yeah.
Act number 1, parking an unlicensed, unplated, untagged vehicle and residing in that on a public space. After that, it's threatening me with physical violence, breaking and entering. If you take a look at that building right up here.
Well, we wanted to talk about this a little bit. They weren't just parked here. They were, at least for some period of time, using the streets as a place of residence. And better evidence of that is the fact that right up here, they had done what?
They had draped a drop cord all the way from their pop-up trailer all the way across this lot. And you want me to go and show you the exact door? In fact, you can see the video of the vagrant encampment plugged in to a door that they had broken into on my YouTubes. It's a very short video. Each one of them is 12 seconds long, showing they had broken into the door up here and that they had draped a cord to gain electricity, steal electricity from this apartment complex.
Okay.
And the apartment complex was aware. I just learned from a resident here, the apartment complex had sent the tenants here an email indicating that this had been a situation, and I came and took care of it.
Okay. So folks, what we have here is we have a good citizen who responded to a neighborhood threat in a manner that he has actually defined with the help of government agents and council members, did everything by the book, was threatened with physical bodily harm by not one but two vagrants, street people. De-escalated the situation, walked across the street, only indicated that he may defend himself when they escalated the threat. And now he's sort of being pursued by law enforcement because they really want to get a win on this one. And that's my opinion, but I think the facts will show that that's what's happening here.
They've issued a warrant to arrest me for a second time because they couldn't, all the spaghetti they threw at the wall the first time, none of it sticks because they've got no cause.
Yeah.
So they're arresting
trying
me
it
for a second
again.
time.
And we're going to the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Department, where he's going to have to once again submit himself to this nonsense, this incarceration, this kidnapping, for something that could easily,
If it wasn't for
be
the-
shown to be innocuous and not criminal at all.
If it wasn't for the arrogance of these police officers, what they should do and what they would have done was to say, oh, now I understand. There's no charges to be filed here. But instead of doing that, they've decided to issue a second arrest warrant. And I'm going to go take that arrest. I'm going to let myself be arrested. That's the way it goes.
Well, it beats the heck out of having them find you at work or something. I feel bad that you're going through this, that you're going to do this, and
I'm not happy about it either.
Yeah, I'll bet. But you're doing the right thing. Hopefully, we can get some light on this situation, and you'll be vindicated. Anything less will be a complete travesty.
I look forward to documenting every single thing that I'm claiming. Everything. I look forward to compelling them to give me all that body camera. The difference between me and the City of Aurora Police Department right now is that I'm looking to have all the evidence released so I can let everybody see it. They're refusing.
Okay. Well, should we take a drive?
I think so.
All right. We'll be back.